Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to Clumsy Trucking. Time to test out the new Western Star 49X. How are you guys doing? Thank you for joining. It's trucking time again. It's been a while. I have not been trucking as much as before, as you guys might have noticed. Hey, 30 months, goodness. Has it been that long? How are the hunters doing? Mr. Jack and Alex, I still haven't found a stage for you guys. If you find, maybe we'll put you guys over here. We'll try. Anyway, thank you for joining, everybody. Who do we have in chat? I think we have Gamaste as the first one, followed very closely by Scotsman. How are you guys doing? Still in Train Sim World 2 land, Scotsman? Gamaste is doing a flight plan. Where are you going? Where are you off to next? Calvinator, how are you? No problem. If you don't have ATS, I will be driving on your behalf. Palaverissimo. GG. Hello and good morning, I guess. Super early morning. Thanks for joining. Hey Patrick, fancy seeing you here as well. Hey Sky, nice flex there. Literal flex. Hey PDX. Yeah, the sounds, I was not really expecting that much. So I'm not surprised at all about the sounds. I was hoping, but I was not expecting, if that makes a difference. I was surprised with the day cab option only though, but yeah, they might have run out. We'll talk about that more, and you guys might have more insight on that than I do. I have not been reading forums as much, at least not the truck sim forums. AJ, yes indeed, I was able to reach my keyboard this time. How are you doing? Still driving the auto car? Ah yeah, that's a nice truck. XPS Classic. There we go. Did I miss anyone? Sorry if I missed anybody. We will catch up for sure in a few minutes. Hey Freightliner. Gauge cluster has that new Cascadia feel. Will tell me more about that as we load it up. I have not tried it out yet at all. Well, I started it. Bam. Bot attack. Perfect. It just came down to time. They didn't have the time to finish it. Yeah, I appreciate the early release. Like 1 day later than the official release of the real life truck. That's super fast. And if they're going to follow it with the other cabs, other variants, then it's perfectly fine with me, rather than delaying the entire thing. Yeah, that's good, Freightliner. That's okay, PDX. I kind of got the message. Were you using text-to-speech? Voice-to-text, rather? Interesting. What did the bot do, Scotsman? I think in this case it was well-deserved timeout and now ban. There you go. Gloves on makes it hard to type. There you go. Wow, gloves. Those are an alien thing for me. I almost never get to wear them. Let's turn on Track IR here. By the way, guys, just a little update for the Track IR users. Because I have been getting requests every now and then asking me for my Track IR profile, and if you are one of those, I usually forward you. I usually tell you to Google Squirrel Track IR, because Squirrel does share his Track IR profiles already. That's where I started anyway. But I since discovered, one viewer commented that the links are no longer there, so I guess Squirrel got wind of it and he put down the links. He put it in a more private version. I was basically leeching off him. So now I uploaded my own Track IR profiles They should be in the mods list now. If you look under miscellaneous section, you'll get the track IR links for both ATS, ETS2, and even Flight Sim 2020. Nothing fancy, but if you wanted a starting point, you can use that. You're at work, so it's required. I see. Hey, watch Juke City. How are you? So we'll be doing a little experiment here, guys. As you guys can imagine, we are going with the Western Star today, the 49X. But I heard very bad things about the sound, so we have a backup plan. And this is all in the mods list already. We have a couple of options. I adapted the compatibility patch for Zeemod's DD60 series. So that's still a DD, but very different sounding because the DD60 series is more of the classic, rugged sound, when the Western Star, the new truck, has a more modern vibe to it. And based on the SCS forums, it's basically the same thing as the new Actros, the MP4 engine sound. So Kriechbaum's engine sound from ETS2, I think, is the perfect fit when it comes to realism. So what I did was I ported over the mod, made it applicable for the DD engine of the Western Star truck, but I have not enabled it yet. So you can see here the compatibility patch is disabled because I want to see first, I want to hear first the default, and then let's pick on it, let's hate on it, and then let's enable the patch and see what the difference is. Okay, sounds good. Aside from that, no other new mods. We are still using JBX as the graphics mod. The only other mod is the one that Alex recommended, the Bellingham Heights improvements. So we'll be headed that way if we can. Oh crap, we will not be, because I found a job but it takes us south. Oh, we're church. Well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll probably test that some other time. But for now, we focus on the truck. I started with Squirrel's profile, but I adjusted it just a bit. So it's not 1:1 anymore. But yeah, if your track IR is working great for you, then you don't need to download mine. It's only for those who are just getting into track IR and want a starting point. I've gotten a couple of questions about that. Doing good, man, doing good. Stock sounds are ugh. Okay, here we go. Let's go and hear it. That's the paint job, by the way. I really like this paint job. It kind of blends well with the default Western Star logo. Oh, my tongue is getting tied. The black-red theme blends well here. Do you guys know if this paint job is Western Star specific? Because it seems pretty custom fit for it. DD is your favorite engine. Me too. DD60 series to be exact. There's the truck. It even has those wheel caps, wheel hubs, what do you call them? The Western Star specific ones if you look at the tires. Very nice. And then I'm using the new wide wheels that comes with the wheel tuning pack as well. Give it a spin. Alright, that's basically how it looks. Only day cab variant for now, but looks great enough as it is. No sleeper, yeah. No sleeping allowed here in this stream. Alright, let's hear. Sure thing, PDX. Let's hear the default sounds. Startup is a bit weak. Looks like turkey wings. It does, it does. Goodness, don't bring out your rifle. Hey, alien being. How are you, man? So I'm just going to very, very lightly step on the accelerator. You can see that in the lower left overlay. It's going to build that up bit by bit. It's becoming a washing machine now, guys. Becoming a vacuum cleaner. Oh my goodness, that was ugly. The ramp up was okay-ish. but once you let go of the gas, just cuts off. That's what I hate the most in most of the SES sounds. They don't have a proper ramp down, basically. Sounds like a forklift. Sounds like your washing machine isn't balanced. Let's do a lap here, just inside this gas station rest area, just to hear it in action. There's the truck, by the way, the interior. Very nice. I like the steering wheel. Mine automatic. 1 second. Let's go manual here. Watching yesterday's stream, as they have some good insider information. Ooh, do tell. For those who have watched it, let me know. I did watch just a little bit of the stream. I was still awake at that point, believe it or not. 11 PM, that doesn't happen often. That doesn't sound bad. I think that it's that extra, like, I don't know what you call it, exhaust sound that destroys it, but the engine itself is not that bad. I was actually expecting it to be worse. Yeah, that like coughing. There, that's the one that doesn't really do good. That one. Okay, I think I've had enough. Sounds like a microwave on its last breath. Snow runner truck noise. Doesn't have a distance to empty indicator. Ah, yeah, that can be pretty useful. I don't usually use that metric so much, but I can imagine where it would come in handy. I've used that one time when we ran out of gas. Yeah, I can imagine where it could be frustrating. Alright, so let's park here again and do this entire exercise, this time enabling the compatibility patch. Engine brake is awful, really? You use that a lot. Yeah, the engine start and stop sounds are okay. Ooh, sorry. Let's hear the air horn. Oh my goodness, that was... Oh, my ears. Don't worry, you're not alone in getting hurt. Let me exit here so we clean it up. I don't go to profile anymore, you know, just main menu and profile, because normally that creates bugs, crashes, mod incompatibilities. So that it's clean, I always exit the game and then I just start it back up. Okay, so let's go and enable the compatibility patch. What it does, this one, just to be clear, it doesn't add any engines. You can see in the description here. Changes the DD engine sounds on the Western Star to use Kriechbaum sounds instead. So the default DD engines are still there. It's just that the sounds those use are now going to be the OM471, which is, from what I hear, the same engine, just maybe placed differently because of the different form factor of the truck. Form factor, speaking in PC terms, huh? so the acoustics might be a bit different, but I think the engine itself is the same. At least that's what I read from the forums. Let me know if you know differently. Okay, so in terms of the mods, just to be super clear, you need the OM471 from Kriechbaum, originally for ETS2, but if you paste that, if you copy that file over to the ATS mod folder, it will work just as fine. And then put the compatibility patch above it. Both of these are in the mods list in the ATS sheet. Good. Close the windows. Yeah, I tried going to profile before, but I had mixed results. Especially when testing out mods, it's never a good thing, because I don't know why, but it seems like the game is not able to clean up the mods completely when you just go to the profile. Some remnants are there, and when you try to load it the next time, it just wrecks itself. Right, here we are. So let's start again in the exterior. Now, in terms of the sounds, I only ported over the actual engine sounds from Kriechbaum, from the new Actros. So all the indicators, all the blinkers, the jake, maybe the jake brake also is also in here. But all the interior sounds, like the sticks and everything, should be the base truck. So only the engine sounds are changed, ideally. The new headache racks. Yeah, I think it comes with the DLC. It's quite nice. ANL, how are you? I love that ramp up. So varied. Beautiful. Alright, let's see how that sounds from inside here. Doing any homework today, NL? Oh my goodness, that sounds so good. I actually didn't expect it to fit that much, because this is from ETS2 sounds, but actually fits quite well. Not bad, I'll take it. Nice. Tutorial for changing the sound files. I thought of doing one, but I didn't want to end up like tech support because I'm sure the moment I release a video, the questions will be pouring in and I'll have to like support each one, and it will be too much for me as a workload. So what I can advise instead is you can start with the compatibility patch, download it, study the file structure, open the SCS file as a zip file, and if you have questions, let me know. But yeah, self-study is the key. That's the best I can offer for now. So in terms of the computer dashboard, it even looks like an Actros, huh? And in the middle, reminds me of an MP4. Yeah, this one in particular. Let's adjust the dashboard here. First and foremost, oh, in fairness, 65 degrees. For a start, I have not changed this yet. Cool. Look down just a bit. And then the steering wheel, let's not hide any of the cool stuff. There you go, I think that works. So we see the entire dashboard. Ultra low sulfur diesel fuel only. Doing blended learning at the moment. Ah, I see. Yes. And now this is officially a Western Star dealer. We are currently in Idaho. You guys remember this? I think I made a highlight of this. Sorry, wrong click. When we were exploring Idaho, we came upon a truck dealer. I think it's this one. And then we saw that it was Western Star. And I thought it was already released. But apparently I had that mod, the Western Star 4900 FA, if I remember correctly, which unlocked it prematurely. This time I disabled that mod, so this is really default now. So no worries there. But yeah, I wanted to go here because there is a job. Of course, we will be taking the job with the Western Star trucks going to Mexico. I don't think we'll be able to finish this entire trip, but we will try. going all the way south there, passing through Utah. 252,000, wow. Yeah, unfortunately, because of this job, we won't be able to explore Bellingham. But we can do that another time, I guess. Right, there you go. Perfect. I did set up my transmission for heavy hauling, more like. Maybe I didn't need to be that heavy hauling equipped. Let's try out the sounds when the windows are closed. We don't need it to roar at us too much. It does sound very refined, huh? But actually quite fits the truck. I wouldn't expect a roaring DD 2-stroke engine here. So kind of fits, very modern feel, which may or may not be to your liking. Speaking of that, I saw a poll in the SCS forums. There was actually someone who made a poll for it. If you prefer driving modern or classic trucks, go ahead and check out the SCS forums and vote there so that we can see the real deal. I myself voted for a classic, but to be honest, it depends on my mood. But I think more or less I like driving the classic trucks, even though the modern ones definitely have a luxurious vibe to them. They have used Freightliner dashboard. Ah, so this is the same as the Freightliner, I see. And then the engine is the same because it's Daimler, so it's basically Mercedes. Is that right? Now, is that correctly aligned? It does look like it. You have Daimler, so now Freightliner should be easier to get, yeah. What truck would they release if for the Freightliner? You guys think that would be the Cascadia? Will there be any other modern choice? Wow, that's wrong. Might be a bit of a problem, guys. Might be the tires I chose, I don't know. Maybe we can just squeeze ourselves in. Oh, there you go. That works. Cool. No legs here, just remove the blocks. Perfect. I will take a couple of photos here for sure. I like. Classic trucks with a bunch of interior woodwork are best. Oh, I like that combination. Now, I am kind of feeling that automatic would be more immersive in this case. So as much as I'd like to drive manual, I think I will feel the truck better if I stick to automatic. Economy mode? No, I think we'll stick to normal mode. Hey! From the East Coast, my goodness! Am I reading that right? Thank you, T-Bird. Wow, goodness, that came out from nowhere. Wishing you the very best from the East Coast. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Hope you are enjoying the stream. Let's go and fix the mirrors. Thank you for that very generous donation. Appreciate the support. Feel free to hang out in chat. GG indeed. Thank you. Now I can buy Mrs. Clumsy dinner. Ford CL9000. Is that the Ford you were driving? Or I think that's the LTL, the one that we drive in Farm Sim. Basically a Mercedes. The American Mercedes truck. In terms of tier, because both Western Star and Freightliner are Daimler, right? Do they differ in terms of like I don't know, price point. Like, you know, have they have tiers like, oh, this is the luxury truck, this is like the practical truck. Oh, I like those blinkers. I wonder if they're accurate. I'm happy now that I didn't change the interior sounds and just the engine. But where would Western Star and Freightliner be on that Spectrum, which is the more high-end one? I would assume it's Western Star. No, I don't know. I don't have enough info to guess. It's a Ford cab over. Ah, I think you've driven that a couple of times, right? If that's what I remember. Or is that maybe the Mac cab over that I'm remembering? Age. There you go. The GG mug. Goodness, I'm still not over the donation, sorry. Because I'm still trying to look at the number. I think there might be one too many zeros in there. Thanks again, T-Bird. Appreciate that. My goodness. That will definitely go into the GPU fund. GPU PSU fund. There isn't a real Ford cab over in game yet. Ah, okay, so that was a different one you were driving. The truck does drive well. Feels very sturdy so far. But I might change my mind once we make this turn. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Have you driven the truck? Initial impressions? Have you been driving something else? Playing some other game? Watching more news on the 3080 saga? The 3000 series saga? I'm super excited about that. Let's talk more about those. Oh my goodness, time for a photo. You know I can't resist this kind of thing. Beautiful bridge shot. Let's do this. I guess Western Stars are costlier than Freightliner as you spot cascades pretty often compared to Western Stars that are rare. That's a good, yeah, that might be a good hypothesis. That makes sense. Also, I heard that Freightliners are called freight shakers, so I'm not sure if that is any indication of the quality. But maybe that's an old thing. Maybe with the cascades, that's not a thing anymore. Oh, that's definitely a looker. I think that might already be a candidate for the thumbnail shot. SP caps. POS caps. They're not POS caps. They're not POS caps. And then he goes on for like 10 minutes. I was washing the dishes when I watched that video from Alex. Oh my goodness, my nose was bleeding because of all the technical complexities that were being discussed. And then I could not fast forward because I was washing the dishes. I had my hands full. And yeah, I heard the entire POS caps saga. The full brunt of it. Been playing a lot of Dota 2 lately in ATS. Nice. Oh my goodness, I had my Dota 2 days. Actually, no, not Dota 2. The original Dota. The scenario from... Oh my goodness. Warcraft 3. I was pretty much into Dota during my college days. I was not that bad in it. Not the best definitely, but we did join some tournaments and the like, so a bit competitive before. Back in the day, imagine that. Hey T-Bird, thanks man. Thanks for joining us also in chat. It's more than my pleasure. You drove the truck a lot. It drives real good. Freightliner makes modern trucks while Western Star tries to make these classic designs with a little tinge of modern tech. Ah yeah, I kind of see that in this design. It's kind of a blend of both. If I look just at the dash, excluding the dash itself, or the, how do you say, this interior, it does look like it does have a classic feel, wooden finish, some classic gauges there. Even the air conditioning looks classic. But if you look at the computer dashboard, there is that modern appeal to it. So I guess that's where the mix is coming from. Warcraft 3. Oh my goodness, those were the days. Coming up with all these strategies. Oh, you know what? I might have shared this already, but so back in the university, I made a lot of friends who were the same addicted to Dota as I was, and we were hanging out in the computer shops all the time. And one of those guys, he was so super hardcore. He was actually like listing in his notebook the different strategies, so he was really strategizing, you know. And he later on, now he is considered as the founder of esports gaming in the Philippines, because he built up a business. He started computer shops, it became a franchise. They're now expanding to Southeast Asia. They have shops all over Southeast Asia now. So it's like he made his passion into a business. My goodness. And back then, no one would have thought it was possible, because he was just like my impression of him, he was just like a slacker who liked to play, you know. So him turning this into an empire, so to speak, was never something I expected, but cool stuff. 2020 Cascadia is 140,000, while 2014 4,900. Wow. So that 6 years apart and still more expensive? My goodness. Okay, I see. So probably that's why you don't see a lot of Western stars on the road. Because in terms of practicality, I guess the Westerns, the Freightliner is good enough for trucking. I would assume the Western Star has better quality if it's priced that way. The gauges feel out of place in your opinion. These ones, are they too old school? They are kind of okay for me, but they kind of feel rubbery and plasticky instead of like the old school gauge. They seem like, now that you say it, the border feel like they're rubber toys for kids instead of like the chromey old school steam gauges vibe, if you get what I mean. Yeah, so yes, if you look hard at the gauges, they seem more like toys than classic dials. Hey Sonoma, glad you made it. How are you? Thanks for joining, man. What have you been doing these days? Yeah. He was super hardcore before. It's like, what? Needing a notebook just for playing? But yeah, he later turned that into a business. Goodness. Now he has lots of interviews and full-blown businessman. I doubt he's able to play anymore, but still. Hey! Thanks, VDX. Appreciate that. 3 months. Awesome stuff, man. Thank you for subbing and hanging out with us today. Glad you made it. Well, good. Looking for a computer upgrade. That is the exciting part of it. Let's jump into that topic. That's a perfect segue. Have you guys watched any news about the 3000 series? The entire crashing problem thing and the fix that NVIDIA pushed out. I watched Jay's 2 cents video on that and others as well. Looks pretty promising. I think the patch was a good choice. I think the patch was a good move by NVIDIA, and it's great to see. So for those who are not up to date, There recently has been a release on the 3000 series. They released already, but no one is able to buy them because the stocks are so limited. So realistically, almost no one has them. I guess, I don't know, maybe roughly 1 in 1,000, 1 in 10,000. But there were very limited stocks. But those who did, those who were able to buy, some of them were reporting problems. When they were playing, the game was crashing. And they later attributed this to possible hardware deficiencies, or how do you say? Yeah, the hardware, what's the term, Jack? SP caps. Some part of the video card, some of the I don't know the technical stuff, the chips there, they're not built for that kind of pressure of load. So some of them are like overloading, or it's getting too noisy, or the filtering isn't working, something along those lines. But it's causing the video card to give out and the game to crash. Something like that. And they're trying to isolate the problem. And previously everyone was hush-hush about it, but the media got wind of it and it spread on the interwebs, so it's good that they finally acknowledged that there is a problem, even though they keep pointing fingers at each other on who did what. But I think at the end of the day, NVIDIA released a patch, and I think it's been basically fixed with minimal impact to performance. What have you guys been able to see, and do you have any different opinion on it? New hardware drivers always need tweaking. That's perfectly true. Yeah, that's why people don't recommend buying right after the release, because there will almost always be some kind of problem, because with how complex products are these days, it's almost impossible to completely test them. So oftentimes the testing falls to the hands of the first consumers, just like in Flight Simulator. I can relate to that very, very well. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. The blend of the sky, the mountain, the trees, and the road, all that color in one picture, and put the amazing, beautiful truck and trailer combo in there. There you go. Capacitors got too noisy on high frequency. Hey Muraz, thanks for joining. Still with NVIDIA, still with the 2060. 2060 was it, or 2060 Super? Seen some memes. Just bought a 2070. Oh yeah, I don't think you need an upgrade anytime soon. That video card is a powerhouse. More than enough for 60 frames. Maybe even more. 75, Rohan would say. Boss caps. Let's stick to capacitors. What's the nationality of Buildzoid? I think that we touched upon that quickly in Discord. Salmon River entering the mountain time zone adjustment. Although I think I have time zones off because of JBX. I think time zones aren't supported with his graphics mod. $2060 Super, okay. The new Jay's 2 cents video. Which one is that, Alex? I have watched a couple. Not sure if there's a newer one, like from today. Just tell me what you think of the Western Star. I like it. Sounds are as expected though. As expected, not in a good way. So we are actually using a sound mod from Kriechbaum. Unofficially. So these are actually sounds from the MP4, the new Actros in ATS 2. But as the engines are practically the same, so it should sound very much close to it. So I adopted the thing. And you can download the compatibility patch in the mods list. Well, you can find the link there at the very least. Ay, 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 ay. I had a chance to check out PNG 0.8. I'm not liking it so much, to be honest. I made a silent trucking video on it. A lot of people were feeling the same. There is still the darkness issue, the brightness issue. And Damien himself replied in the video. I think he said when you have pro mods, the skies, the new skies aren't implemented. So there's probably, because pro mods uses their own climate file, that's why it's not compatible, which is a bit of a shame, because you would need to remove pro mods just to enable the new PNG skyboxes. That's a bit of a huge cost to it. So I wish he would release a compatibility patch for pro mods if that was the case. Never figured out where BuildZoid is from. Yeah, he has that bit of accent, right? Like I don't know, it's like a mixed accent. Maybe he has traveled quite a bit. But there are times when he says something, it feels like a kind of a European accent at some points. But I can't quite place it. Maybe he's kind of like Kirales. He has his own accent, like a BuildZoid accent. Unique to himself. 2060 Super is fine, but the cooler in your card is garbage. It sounds horrible though. Just do what I do. Keep the desktop as far away from you as possible. You just run the X15, it's fine. It sounds better than the Lone Star for some reason. The X15, the other engine that comes with this truck, what sounds do those use? So those actually have a different sound file than the Detroit Diesel. That's reassuring to hear, because usually they would just place the same sound for the same truck across all the engine options. The new Jay's video explains the problem a bit more. Oh, nice. That's only from today, Alex. I'll watch it later. But some of the AIBs don't have that problem, right? The Founders Edition don't have that problem. The higher end graphics cards don't have that problem. And now nobody should have that problem if everyone is using the patch. At least that's the last one I heard. Not sure if there has been an update. Hey, Mr. 75, how are you? Have I had any major problems with MSFS, T-Bird? Oh, a lot. Yes. All ranging from crashing to autopilot not working. And I can imagine how it can be super frustrating for some people. Even I am frustrated, and I'm pretty used to like beta testing quality. How much more those people who are expecting a full stable release, because that's how they marketed it, right? A full product. They didn't say early access, they didn't say beta, they didn't say alpha, but in all sense and purposes it is like an alpha where everyone has access to it, everyone who purchases. So yeah, I can imagine where the frustration is coming from. And with each patch they released so far, more bugs are coming out. They fix a lot of bugs, but they introduce a lot of new ones as well, which is pretty frustrating. But despite all those, I'm still loving the sim. And I guess that comes to me being used to that kind of trial and error until we get everything fixed kind of deal. 1 second guys, let me just pause the sim for a bit because I'm noticing some frame drops here on OBS. Let me disable that preview thing. Let's see if this will work better. I think the sound is taken from the Lone Star. Ah, I see. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. If it's the same engine from the Lone Star, then it should be more or less similar. You really need to watch the Der Bauer video, really interesting. I have not yet watched that. Is that about the pause caps details? Will that make my nose bleed even more? You heard the same regarding taking the sounds from the... Okay, so it looks like it is taking the sounds from the Lone Star, which is reasonable, right? If it's the exact same engine, then it shouldn't sound way different. He replaced the questionable capacitors with the supposed good ones and it made zero difference. Oh, interesting. So that theory might not be... I wonder what it could be then. Doing good, Rowan. Doing good. Enjoying this new truck. Enjoying the sights, and most of all, enjoying the company. How's that for mushy? You go to Jack's stream so often to unlock the YAR emote with points. Jack is top recommended on your recommended list now. Nice. It knows. Makes it easy to get. Now that's Twitch logic for you. It's actually working, huh? Thief! Yeah, I thought they acknowledged that that was the issue. Maybe just in that case, the capacitors were not the only issue. I think it's similar to what Jay was saying, well, Jay's 2 cents is saying, that it could be that that's the problem, but that's not the only factor. There are so many different factors, right down to the cable that you use for the power. Everything could have an effect. He was even saying that in some test cases, because of all the complexities of the hardware, the microphone he was using, like the wireless mic he was using for recording, it was interfering with the video card. So when he came close, it was kind of crashing. He had to remove the mic just to remove interference. It was that sensitive. And I think in the last video I watched from him, he was sharing some off-the-record comments from someone random, who I guess in all sense and purposes is someone from NVIDIA. They say with the 30 series, they basically removed all those safeguards that were in the 20 series so that it could have better performance. Now take that with a grain of salt, but that's how I understood it. That back in the 20 series, they had all these, I guess, kind of insulation or safety mechanisms. So probably the card would not perform as much as well, but it was safe. If they remove those, then they would get much better performance, but at the sake of maybe more sensitive to interference, things like that. Now, I don't know enough about the technical details, but that does sound logical to me. If you remove those safeties in place, then you risk making it unstable, but you also increase the performance. Risk-reward kind of thing. No thief when you have 18k in points still. I have 21k points in Jack's stream. Don't know how I got it. Talk about thievery. Best bet is to wait for the TI or Super. It's good though. I mean, with the update now from NVIDIA, I think the problem is solved. Are people still reporting problems? They will basically do anything for a dime. Well, that's the way most of the companies work, to be perfectly honest. Jay's 2 cents has a perfect comment for this. He was saying something about, oh, now I hear the AMD fanboy saying, oh, NVIDIA sucks, your driver doesn't work. And then he mentioned something about AMD and Destiny and how it destroyed the CPUs or GPUs. Not sure about the details, but NVIDIA is not alone in terms of botched initial releases. So, unfortunately, it is more of the norm than the exception, as much as that is a bad thing for consumers. Exactly. Everybody does it. Which is, yeah, the consumers end up paying for it. But we won't let them get away with it that easily, so there is that at least. It's easier now that there is social media, there is the internet, so these practices can not go unpunished. Not bad, that engine brake. It's no Jake brake, but it does sound very modern. Your brother wants you to put together a really high-end PC for him, and you're torn between recommending a 3080 or go with a 2080. Oh, if you have access to a 3080, go 3080, man. If you can buy it, that is. Because I'm sure they will stabilize it eventually. And I think it is already stable. And worst case, you can return it to the... You can RMA it, I think that's what they call it, right? And they'll replace it with the one that's working. But it's such a different beast that I think it would be a bit of a shame if you had access to it and you didn't get it. You just got 150k points in this. The master has spoken. Bow down to the king. Yeah. Hey, Emily May. Thank you for joining. Welcome back. How have you been? Will you get the 5800X? Is that the new CPU? No, most likely not. I'm perfectly happy with the 3700X. Might not be as powerful for single core, but my goodness, it is a powerhouse overall. And Jack will attest to that, I'm sure. Busy but good, that's the good kind. Great to hear it. What is that building? Interesting look. Are we in Boise now? Just passing through Boise, I think. Did we pass through the stadium by any chance? I think this is not the same one. Ooh, there's a plane right there. So T-Bird, if you're encountering some issues, might have missed the message. If you're still here, let me know. Maybe I can help out. I have been frequenting... The reason why I have not been frequenting the SES forums as much is because I have been hanging out in the flight sim forums. So that's just complete transparency. I have been so hooked to Flight Simulator. You know what I said last time, right? The heart wants what it wants. So, oh my goodness, more of the mushy stuff. Get me out of here. But yeah, I have been so enthralled with Flight Simulator. Despite all the bugs, I'm still absolutely in love with that sim. And I'm so happy that it has such a vibrant and active community, because the modding in Flight Simulator is somewhat akin or even more hardcore than in Truck Sim. In Explain, I'm trying to think of it, why I'm so hooked to my Flight Sim. And I think it's mainly because of the mods. Because in Flight Sim, the way they did it, you can literally alter any part of the plane, how it behaves, because all the files are unlocked, at least for the default planes. So you can have a look, you can tweak, okay, what is the maximum pitch during autopilot? Oh, I want to change that. Change the number, save, make it into a mod. Everything is customizable. And it's just such a nice experience sifting through the forums, seeing what all these brilliant people are coming up with. It's like, wow, this actually works now. Even if the developers themselves have not had time to implement this, these brilliant people have introduced this for free and just modifying all those files. It's amazing. The modding, the way they modeled the modding is so good. Because normally in Flight Sim, you would normally resort to payware, right? Like if you want a study level plane, go get a payware, wait for the third-party developers. And that's still a thing. But on top of that, there's the modding part of it, where people can easily go in, open a text file, edit some numbers, and you have an edited version of the plane. And that is usually more than enough to make it more realistic, even though not fully study level. Detail good enough that you can fly more or less accurately. It's so cool. I love it. 3700X is horrible. I don't like it a lot. Oh yeah, as evidenced in your super smooth streams. Hey Heroic, doing good man, doing good. Thanks for hanging out with us. Have you tried the Western Star yet? Probably cost the same to buy one to send me one in Canada. Very true. Rohan, I saw a video, you know, these benchmarking videos by some very hardworking YouTubers where they compare the video cards side by side. I saw one comparing 2070 Super with the 3080. 2070 Super is doing like 75. Look at that, 75, 78 FPS. The 3080 was doing 125. So yeah, might be a bit of an improvement. Not really that necessary, but might tempt you a little bit once you get that monitor, that is. At this point, 1080 at 75, you are capped. Time to upgrade, see you! Hey Sticky Rice, how are you? You think you have the most realistic truck simulator? Which one is that? I want one of those. Took some over to the new truck plant and you like it so far. That's great to hear. I am liking it too. Very nice, very... Looks like the physics is pretty stable. The truck is not wobbly. The dashboard is easily readable. I like the quality, the crispness of it. I like in particular this PaZz thing, this blue thing. It's like attached on this. What is this anyway? I don't know, some kind of... I have no idea what kind of thing that is. Is that some kind of auto braking system like in the European trucks? That black thing in the middle where usually the rear mirror would sit if this was a traditional car. Hey Resemble, how are you? Thanks for joining the stream, welcome back. How have you been? Sorry guys if I'm missing some messages. Feel free to post it again if I missed yours. Just trying to catch up and sometimes my monologue takes me away. $3090, correction, $3090. I would need a new PSU. Will a 3090, will an 850 watt PSU be enough for a 3090? Do you guys think? How much different is the TDP of the 3080 versus the 3090? I don't think they're that far off, right? I think it's only the price that is very far off. You're not a fan of that big piece of weigh scale indicator is attached to. Come again, which one? I think I missed it. In your opinion, this truck is so much better than either the Volvo or the Lone Star. Oh, that's very true. Yeah. Definitely against the Volvo, there is no question. The Volvo... Yeah, it was a bit... That was an old release, right? That was like prehistoric ATS times. It just got released late because of licensing issues, so the quality there is not very good yet. They have not learned the tricks of the trade yet that time. The Lone Star, I don't quite remember the details. I mean, the Lone Star for me is not bad. But I guess, yeah, if you compare it quality-wise with this truck, they stepped it up even further, which is a very good thing. 35x watts. And the 3080 uses 320, right? So around only 30 watts. Sounds good. So I'll just buy myself a 3090 then. That's close enough. I wish. Lights are already on. Where do we sleep? The blue indicator at the top of the window. Takes up too much space. Ah, yes, yes. But I think it's not... I think the blue thing is not the entire... Like, I have a feeling that black background is a totally different device. And the blue thing was just put on top of it. Wow, look at that. Some trucks are actually parking here. Really? Are they going to sleep or something? Oh no. Or yes. Let's see if that guy will stop. It did stop. That's cool. he was actually sleeping as well. I haven't seen that often. Oh, I think he's done sleeping. He just took a wink. And he's good. Ready to go again. Now that was a power nap. What I need is a side panel. What I need is a side table. Because I don't have space anymore. Decouple that thing so we can sleep. Not really working at the moment. One sec. Don't know what the big piece is, just find it ugly. I would like to think it's something functional. Otherwise, yeah. I hate it. How the heck can I sleep here? Pizza! Oh my goodness, Mr. Pizza. And this is the benefit of the day cab. Who needs a rear cam when you're driving a day cab? Day cabs don't get enough love. I think day cabs are cool. $80-hour trip. It works, there you go. No one look at that kind of parking, but just keep it as is. There you go. And it's dark, but that's fine. It's 6 a.m. It will get bright soon. Long stream, yeah? No, we will make it. We will make it in 3 hours. Don't you believe in my speed? Driving GTA style all throughout. Oh, there it is. There's the sun already. Just peeking out of the mountains. The day cabs had a bigger chassis and bigger fuel tanks. I think you could convert. Yeah, for me, I like it. I like these small cab variants. People are oftentimes go big or go home. But for me, I like it. I like it compact and functional. What this is just missing is a huge spoiler in front for the box trailers. You're actually driving a truck at the moment while watching me stream. Stay safe. Is that a real truck or a virtual truck that you're driving? So, if you guys had a choice, well, you actually do have a choice. Which engine would you place in this truck? Which one would you use? This one with the new Actros, modern sound, as close as possible to real life, at least from what I've heard. Or would you use the DD60 series from Zeemod? I'm biased, but it's the best sound mod ever. But it is pretty rough, so it's more like, I'm not sure if it would fit the truck basically, because it's a very rough classic sound on a modern truck like this. Because we can switch later on if you guys want. DD60 Zeemod. Who cares about realism? We want it raw. Hey Bryce, how are you? Thanks for joining. Are you a trucking fan as well? And another monster is made by blah. Oh yeah, he just made one, right? Just made one a while ago. You're driving a truck. You're driving around a truck in Bondi Beach. Oh, that's in Australia, right? Sounds familiar. Trying to find parking. I see. Stay safe, man. Well, happy to have me as your background. That statement makes sense. Okay. Sure thing. Sticky rice. Stay safe. Enjoy. Hope it goes smooth. So let's go and look for a mechanic. Is there something here in Pocatello? Not really. Come on, help me out here. Ah, but there is something here. Perfect. Okay. That looks good. That is 118 miles away. Thanks to this new feature, which my face is hiding. You see the next checkpoint is 118 miles away. Good. You're playing the Flight Simulator Japan update. Ah, I see. Did you see I'm not sure if you're in Discord, but I found a way, I found in the forums, there is a way to use that, that Japan Discovery flight plan where you fly the King Air 350. If you wanted to use a different plane, you can actually just get the flight plan and import it as a normal flight plan. So you can pick any plane you like and all that stuff. Very nice if you want to customize it a bit. And I think it goes the same for any of the bush trips or any of the stuff they added in as activities. It's pretty nice. You can actually just import them. You can't stand SES sounds. Oh, you should have been here the first few minutes of the stream, Rohan. Or were you? We tried it out. It was exquisite. Washing machine exquisite. Oh, but in low revs it was okay. When you started speeding up, then it got a bit wild then. Would be realistic if they had an add-on that drivers cut you off and then actually swear at you. Well, the cutting you off part they got already. I guess by accident more, but yes, it's there. But yeah, the swearing part, I think you'll have to plug that in manually. You get used to it, but most will play on DMP, so you can only do so much. That's true. Yeah, you'll really have to stay with the default sounds. Is there any news on that teaser from Truckers MP? I'm really hoping that's AI. If they add AI to the PaZzMod server, I'm jumping in there next week. Or as soon as possible. And we can all go convoy and mess around. I will bear with the default sounds for the sake of playing MP with you guys with AI. But it's just that with no AI, it's a bit lonely if you don't have a massive convoy. Rather listen to me stream than listen to ridiculous radio. That's great to hear, man. Thanks, appreciate that. Alright, Bryce, have a good night. Hope you are enjoying the sim. Thanks for dropping by, and enjoy Japan. You were lurking initially. Your ears were bleeding. Okay, that was for you. Specifically. Itchy lurk. We should put a command like that. ! Itchy lurk just for Rohan. So glad Grimes weather mods have been supported on DMP. So nice to have different road textures and looks. What mod is enabled at the moment in DMP? Is it already autumn? Just don't let Bricks hear that. Especially with the spring mod. Bricks at home is the #1 supporter for spring mod from Grimes. Autumn is enabled now, nice. Oh my goodness, I miss autumn in Europe. So good. Has it been a year already? Yeah, I think it's been a year, almost, since I was there. Wonder when I can travel again. We were actually quite lucky. Earlier this year, beginning of March, we booked a ticket to the Philippines, to Manila. Because normally every year, every December, we go home to Manila to spend Christmas holidays with the relatives, the family. And it's great. But this year, I don't think that will happen for safety reasons. We got lucky though, because even though we booked a ticket already, we were eligible to convert them into points or refund them. So basically we could cancel the flight and reuse it later or rebook it later, and then we would get even bonus points for it. And we got lucky because there's like a criteria for you to be eligible. Oh, nice cruise control icon. There is a criteria for you to be eligible with that program, and literally the cut-off time was like a week after when we booked. So if we booked more than a week later, we would not have it in the program anymore, and we could not have refunded it. So nice. That was like $1,000 or something. So you. That's a huge thorn out of my side. Now, when we get to use that again, I am not sure, but we'll see. It is fall already. It was just summer yesterday. I know, right? Have the leaves actually turned yellow now already? Brown? Or is it only beginning? Because it is pretty... Well, yeah, that's true. It is October already. I guess you have some of those trees already there. Overtake this truck and then we turn off on this junction. Well, this bus rather. Everywhere. I see. The engine brake and all the gears. My goodness, it's going wild. Wasn't he saying that Grimes took one of the pictures for the spring mod in his area of the map? Yeah, I think so. With the exact spot that he didn't want it because it was going over the road or something. Hey, superhero. Thanks, Sticky Rice. We'll look for it. Truckers MP is updated for this game. Are you asking or are you telling? I don't have much experience with Truckers MP, but some of the guys here will probably be able to help you out more. Time for Zeemod, guys. Time for the main event, because as accurate as this one sounds, we all just want an excuse to drive with Zeemod's Detroit Diesel engine, don't we? At least some of us do. Alright, let's switch. After all, the Western Star is a bit of a classic / modern vibe, so it would not be that far off anyway. I guess if you put the DD60 on the Mac Anthem, it wouldn't fit because of how modern that looks. But yeah. Oh yeah, that's one more truck. That's a nice one, right? The Mac Anthem. Which one do you guys think was done better? This 49X or the Mac Anthem? That one I think was done pretty well too. Let's go and replace the engine. So yeah, this one is the default engine with Kriechbaum sounds because of the mod. But with Zeemods, I actually put in separate engines for that. There you go. Let's go with the 515. Probably don't need it to be that strong. Mac. Yeah, the Mac was very nice. And more customizations in there. But we are very early in the Western Star, and this is a huge achievement. I cannot emphasize that enough. My goodness, releasing the virtual truck one day after the real life truck was released. SES is in a totally different level now. And if I remember correctly from the stream, was it? I think Western Star even was the one who approached SES. Normally it was SES reaching out to the truck brands, but this time I think they Western Star got in touch with them. Or Daimler. Guys, ready? I'll have to tease a bit because I'll have to modify the Twitch chat so that people would get misled, because we're not driving with Kriechbaum sounds anymore. We are driving with Zeemod. And I'm sure I will get some comments again saying that's not realistic, that's not the sound that should be coming off that truck, and all that kind of thing. And that might be true, but we wanted fun. Guys, ready? Here we go. As rough as it gets. Now that's an American truck. Hey V3D, glad you made it, man. Oh yeah, it's a weekly thing. But I mean, the quality of this engine, the sounds, Z-gasm, there's no other description for it. Actually got goosebumps there when the engine moved to idle. Oh my goodness. Very yuck. Ban. Sounds like a jet engine plane. Maybe that's why I like it. We will probably have to close the windows later though. I think it will get a bit too loud. But it will still sound real good, I'm sure. Now where is the fuel here in this truck? Lower left. Almost half, so time to fuel up. What is that blue thing? What is that icon for? Do you guys know? The fuel gauge near the F. Near the full bar. Might have to maneuver a bit here though. Wasn't there a V2 supposed to come out? Yeah. I wonder, maybe he got busy. Was really looking forward to it. Looks like we'll have to wait a bit more. In and out, anyone? That's in and out, right? Can't be anything else. We fit here? Wendy's, please. Jack is buying for all of us. Oh, thank you, Jack. I knew you were generous. Wow. That's a pretty small tank. Well, it is a day cab, I guess. That makes sense. No wonder some people don't like it. Timed that perfectly well, I think. What are the different things we can see here? Fuel economy, trip information, digital speedo, temperature. Oh, what is this? Suit level good. The diesel particulate filter. Interesting. Engine. Nice. I guess that's only a static thing though. Oh my goodness. Those engine sounds with the echo. The back truck kinda snagged the Kinda snag there. No one saw that. Just close the windows, it's getting a bit loud. There you go. Zeemod for the win. Your ears can stop bleeding for a minute. Just a minute though. Moneybags Jack. Yeah, that's his nickname. You might have found a buried treasure somewhere. So does the sound fit? What's the verdict so far? Do we keep it? Do we go back? After you hear the jake brake, I guess. Keep. Sounds more exhausty. Have you guys been up to recently? Any new games you're trying out? Is anyone else stuck in flight sim like I am? Am I the only one left? I saw a forum post in flight sim. I have not read it, but the title was pretty catchy in the forums. Like, it was saying something like the user base of flight sim just went down by 80%. Which is, I guess, if you just look at the title, it kind of seems like, well, yeah, because of all the bugs, all the people went away. Which is, I guess, partly true. I'm sure the bugs could be the reason of why many of the people went away, at least in the meantime. But I think also it's just the normal hype kind of build. Like when you hype something up, people are so excited for it, they buy it. They figure out it's not really what they like, or they're okay, and then they move on to other things. So I think normal progression of that game when it gets released is it spikes up and then it normalizes. I guess only in this case it doesn't just normalize, it dips below. But yeah, because of those bugs, because not everyone is willing to be a beta or alpha tester. Went back to PNG earlier for some landings in the fog on the mountains. Sounds exciting. Hey, too much force? It's as if Asobo needs a new team for these updates. Do they even test before releasing them? Yeah, watching the Q&A video, the latest one from the other day, has been very insightful for me because they did admit that they made a mistake. They were pushing updates too fast. They were trying to do much too fast. And I think those were very similar to their exact words. So they will probably slow it down a bit. And they will be releasing hotfixes as necessary for really game-breaking bugs. That's what I understood. So it's great that they acknowledged it and that they're not turning a blind eye on the issues and the complaints. So they are working on it. It's just that there is so much to do, and yeah, they really need to give it proper time. They can't just force it, because see where that's gotten us. Why is there a camper there hanging? Must be one of the camper haters. Oh yeah, and they want the beta testers back. Yes, I think they'll be releasing a new program for pre-release testing, which is, I think, very practical. I like it. I think they have to adopt more of the SCS mentality. Like they're working on something, and if it takes time, it takes time. If it gets delayed, it gets delayed. But when we do release it, then it works. Because right now I think they are forced more on a schedule, on a timeline. And it's like by hook or by crook we release at this point. And yeah, it's not going very well with that approach. But that's good. As with every release, every new product, there is a testing the waters phase. And we've definitely gotten tested quite a bit there. And now they're learning, they're adjusting. And yeah, it looks pretty good. It's great that there is interaction, there is a dialogue, in that we see that they are taking in the feedback and then they are adjusting accordingly. So that's great to see. This is one of my favorite junctions. Let's take a photo here. It either crashes the desktop or screen's going black on the 787. Have you turned on the generic planes option in the graphics? That fixes a lot of things. So I would recommend that as the first one. And the second one I would recommend is turning off the multiplayer AI for the moment. Those two should help a lot in terms of stability, at least in the meantime. That looks great. Bought FS for over £100. Yeah, exactly. If you paid such a premium for it, you would expect a premium product, not a product in beta testing. But then again, but yeah, it really cannot be justified. So some people will really be pissed, and it will be within their right to be pissed. Myself personally, I choose not to be pissed. I choose to adjust instead and try to enjoy what's there, so I can still make the experience worth it. I mean, I'm pretty much used to this kind of beta testing anyway, so it's not that bad for me. It's frustrating at times, but the journey is exciting in itself. The bit by bit improvement, how the community bonds together and tries to find a solution on their own. You get to see how some of the people shine in that sense. It's great. It's not the perfect scenario, but there is definitely something to be said about it. Something to be enjoyed on it. Is this the open pit mine? Yeah, I think that's the one that we went to. Although I don't see an entrance. Maybe the entrance is way up farther. You get the point. Oh man, that sky looks beautiful. You're really not frustrated at all, hey Mr. Chippy? I mean, yes, there are bugs, but you haven't had this much fun in a flight sim in years. That's exactly, yes, the mindset that I am going with. I love GA though. The same with me. Yeah, I there were times I have been more on the airliners, but since Flight Sim 2020, I've really enjoyed the GA aspect of things. Yeah, if you're an airline fan, you probably will be staying away from Flight Sim in the meantime, except to take some photos from external view. Thank you for joining, by the way. But yeah, for GA fans like us, we are definitely in for a treat, because my goodness, the visuals we can see, and even though the planes are not study level yet, they are customizable enough. Like, I have a video coming out later. We are flying with a Bonanza G36. There are some very brilliant people who have made G1000 improvements. It's so cool how people can fiddle with the existing settings, make mods out of them, and make it into a real good product. That's not just a workaround, but actually like takes us closer to the real thing. It's super cool. And the excitement of checking the forums of what new is getting released and trying to help out along the way. It's a very nice feeling. And I can imagine that's how it was before in Truck Sim as well, and it will be again for sure. It's just we have these seasons, right? We have this season where everyone's releasing a mod, everyone's super excited, and we have these like lulls, and we have this kind of thing where a new truck gets released and everyone goes wild and bananas, and so it's just seasonal. But yeah, this modding aspect is really something I enjoy. So you don't have to stick with what came with the box. You can unwrap it and tinker with it and modify it to your heart's content. Haven't even flown a jet yet. Just you and your trusty caravan. How's the caravan behaving now? Were there any bugs that got introduced to the latest patch? Caravan is a very nice plane. I think they say it's a bit underpowered than in real life, but shouldn't be that important unless you are taking off from those very short, very high runways. Yeah, 30 months. Did you subscribe again, Jack? How did that happen? 31 months then? No, you're 30 months twice. That's a different achievement altogether. Now have to get rid of your longitude for on-air because update 3 broke the autopilot. Yeah, the dolphin dance. I hate that. It's back. Even for the TBM, it's back. Absolutely hate it. Pitching up and down like crazy. And you see the trim wheel trying to catch up. And then the variants, like initially it's a small bob, and then you give it some time, it gets bigger and bigger like that. It's like, oh my goodness, it's so frustrating. But if you turn off autopilot, it's fixed again. So it's definitely somewhere in the autopilot. You wait for the GitHub updates. Yeah, this truck is using a sound mod. Yes, this entire thing is Zeemods. This is my favorite sound mod ever across ATS and ETS2. 2:30 AM, my goodness, Mr. Chippy. Yeah. Thanks for dropping by. If you're sleeping, have a good night. Might be a good decision. Using a couple of mods with it, says the 208B. Nothing of note is wrong. Great to hear, yeah. At this point, we can't really expect study level, but as long as it behaves like a plane, it doesn't pitch down like crazy or causes you problems like that, it should be okay enough. And then the people, the community, take it one step further and add in those realism factors. The G1000 mod would work for you. I love it. There's a track up feature now. That's 60. 60 months? My goodness. And in this case, yes, the default one is quite terrible also. No exception in this truck, unfortunately. Oh, this is a nice view. Where are we anyway? We're somewhere in Utah, I guess. Going 80 miles per hour on a brand new truck. You are using the G1000 mod. Okay, cool. Yes. It's very nice. In the G36, in the Bonanza, they even have this. I'm not sure if that's in every plane. You can actually lean the engine. You see the EGT, the CHT. It's super cool. I show it later in the video. But it's nice. That's exactly what I was looking for. I shared that in Discord. I watched a video on how to lean an engine. And yeah, you can simulate that. That video was in real life and you can simulate it now thanks to that mod. Hey Slider, how are things? Have you tried the new truck yet? Where are you guys driving off these days? I'm a bit tempted to try out the Alaska and Australia map mods. I think I have to join his Discord server for that though, right? I don't think the files themselves are available in the forums. It shouldn't be hard, just an extra step. We'll see. Obey speed limit, which is still 80. Sure thing. But yeah, in terms of, well, as expected with SES, they make great looking super crisp models at no cost to performance. This is classic SES optimization. I looked at the triangle count a while ago. It was a bit higher than the others, but I mean, that is to be expected. As we go through time, the quality increases bit by bit, and that means also the triangles increase ever so slightly, but I doubt it's noticeable in terms of frame rate. If you just look at the numbers, then it's higher, yes, but I doubt it will make a dent in terms of actual frame rate. This weekend's plan, nice. Make sure to download a sound mod. Feel free to check out the mods list. Currently, I have compatibility patches for either Zeemod's DD60 series, like this one we're using, or Kriechbaum's Actros sounds, which I heard is the accurate one for this truck. Alright, NL, have a good night. Thanks. My pleasure, and yeah, good luck with school. Enjoy the weekend. Thanks, Alex. Interior does look nice. I don't think there is an option for any steering wheel though. Well, there is if you have the steering creations pack, but I mean in terms of like a classic or an exclusive Western Star steering wheel, there is none. The dashboard, the interior, I think there's only one option at the moment, but I hope they would add more options as we go. More cab variants, more interior options, more steering wheel options, and other tuning stuff. Hey, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Welcome to the channel, and feel free to join us in chat so we can greet you properly. Or lurk away. Either way is perfectly fine. More than welcome. Engine brake restricted next 3 miles. What do these guys have against engine brakes? They sound so good. You should get a penalty when you do that on these parts, huh? You should add that feature. Any new sims you guys have seen? Any new sim news? Anything that's coming soon? New truck sims? New bus sims or flight sims? I have not heard any news yet on anything. That might be because I'm spending too much time in the flight sim forums, but maybe you guys have heard something. Train sim looks pretty good, or tram sim rather. There is a tram sim? Ooh. Who is the developer? OMC2 is getting a 64-bit upgrade. How do the updates work with OMC2 nowadays? Because the developers have long since stopped, right? How are they updating? I mean, I can imagine it for add-ons like buses, maps, and whatnot. But for actual core game updates, who would be authorized to do that if not for the original developers? There you go. Mumbai busing at its finest. It always has something to do with buses. Publisher is Aerosoft. Ah, I see. I think I saw a video of that tram sim. Yeah. Graphics look really good. That's promising. I'm not even sure how you operate a tram. Does it have like gears? Or I guess it's more like a train, huh? Because you do have like rails and everything. Let me put it this way. If you were to define it, how would you define a tram versus a train? I mean, I guess if you see one, you kind of already have an idea, oh, this is a tram, oh, this is a train. But if you were to define things, how would you differentiate them? They're pretty much go and stop. Kind of makes sense. Same as a train, but with buttons that do weird things. That sounds scary. Is there like an eject button there? Trams looks like they're from the future. Trams go around cities. Inside cities. I don't know. I guess the rails they use are different. More lightweight. Yeah, light rail. There you go. Yeah, the difference between trams and light rail. I think that's even harder. That's true. How about a light rail and a metro rail? I think that one there is no difference, just the terminology. Oh my goodness, yeah. All these vehicles, tomato. Man. Trolley. Oh my goodness. Add that to the mix. The original Docklands light railway units ended up being shipped to Germany for use on tram services. DLRs in London. Ah, I see. So from London it went to Germany, and then it became a light rail or a tram. You can sit up front and look out. No driver. Ah, I see. Oh, come on. I think it's the first time I actually got a ticket going out from a way station. They actually enforced that speed limit, that 15-mile speed limit. Light rail, trams. Hey Oiskog. Enjoy the mods list. Let me know when you have questions. Welcome to the stream. You can take traffic offense off in settings. Yeah, that's true. People would, for sure, call me a cheater though. But I guess what's new, right? Hey Oiskog, thanks for joining. Strong crosswinds possible. Oh, I wish they would add that in. That would be a nice addition, right? Wind actually affecting the physics. I have no idea how that would feel, but in a truck at least. But I guess that would be pretty scary. Driving off a runway, a highway, and suddenly you're veering off to the left or right. Would be interesting. Of things you've had on your Steam wishlist for a while. Not sure what's happening with them. Alaskan Truck Sim, isn't that like the My Summer Car but for trucks? I think that's the hardcore one. like beer and everything. Hey, thank you for subscribing, Oisko. Appreciate that. Welcome to the community. GG. Make sure to also join Discord and sync up your Twitch profile there so you get the full benefits. Access to an exclusive channel where I from time to time feature behind the scenes stuff, mostly for flight sim at the moment. But you get like other small benefits as well, direct image uploads and all that stuff, just quality of life benefits. Siberian rail sim is more trailer hype than anything. Oh, I haven't seen that yet. How about the, what is this, winter ski simulator or something along those lines? Of course I would have no experience there, so I had no interest, but I guess for some people who frequent those places it might be interesting. I think you get to like plow the snow or something. Avoid all winter sports sims at all costs. Oh no. Hey, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel and feel free to join us in chat. Talking about different stuff from tech to simulators downright to food discussions. Oh my goodness. The first mention of food and I get hungry. This is not good. We have a long way to go in the stream. TBM1 Charlie Lima going around. Good luck, bro. Food, where? Oh my goodness, speaking of food, we had McDonald's last night for dinner as a treat because we worked out hard and we were craving for something a bit more than the usual healthy stuff. And when I weighed this morning, I lost like 0.8 kilos. So that proves that having McDonald's makes you lose weight. Might not be the right takeaway there, but I'll take it. Winter Resort Sim. It got mediocre reviews, I see. They made a Winter Sim Giant, I see. Oh, Chinese chow mein. I think we call it a bit differently here, but is chow mein the rice or the noodles? Wait a minute, where are we going? Almost missed my turn. Or did I actually miss it? Because it was misleading, right? There was no right arrow, but there is a left arrow. Makes you think that you are going straight ahead, but apparently you should be swerving to the right a bit and then staying on the left. Any gameplay ways involved is a bit suspect. What games have they done? Noodles with beef. Ah, yum. Well, it's never getting better. That one I can that one I can assure you. Oh my goodness, that looks real good. Bridges and trucks with beautiful skies and winding roads. And the plane. Why not? Awesome. And this is beautiful. Where are we? Are we in Vegas? We are. This is the new part, I guess. Pretty cool. They've done a great job here in Vegas. All this detail and still the performance, the frame rate is silky smooth. I like it. It's a very hard thing to do in this sim, especially. Yeah, sure thing. Mods list should have the entire list of the mods I'm using, and I am frequently updating those to their latest versions. So So you can refer to that also in the future and see whenever I update something. Thanks, Alex. I actually was actually able to find a way now to jump to a specific sheet, jump to a specific tab based on the link. So I gave you a link and it automatically routes you to a specific game. Because I've had a complaint, believe it or not. So previously I just had that general link, right? Welcome back, Rohan. So before I had that Clumsy mods link, and that was for all the games, and I just say 1 tap per game. Okay, then fine. So in Flight Sim I had that, and I actually had someone complain with all exclamation points or all caps, something along those lines. Flight Sim mods list, and then you show me Euro Truck Simulator 2. Oh, what do I do with this? These are the kinds of comments I sometimes get, so it can be quite challenging sometimes. So yeah, I mean, just to really play it safe, so I looked for a way to make it jump to Flight Sim, and I was able to, so I don't get these kinds of comments in the future, just for my own sanity. And yeah, now all the Flight Sim videos, they come with a link that takes you directly there to that tab. So hopefully I don't get that problem anymore in the future. Man, that is a good looking sky. Quite Instagram-ish, but my goodness, pretty crisp. There you go. What comments? There was someone who complained to me with all caps or all exclamation points or all question marks. Multiple question marks. Why my mods list in a Flight Sim video shows ETS2 mods. They probably most likely did not see the tabs in there. So yeah, trying to make it as foolproof as possible. Almost Flight Sim level sky. Oh, that's very true, yeah. And that's saying something. Because in terms of visuals, I don't think anything comes close to Flight Sim. I am not sure why the internet comes up with all these different terms that in turn Twitch is blocking now. I'm struggling a bit on these roads. But yeah, I do like the interaction overall. There are like some outliers when it comes to the comments, but overall I love the interaction with the comments page. I have been pretty busy replying to them recently. There has been a lot of activity in the Flight Sim videos, and I have been learning a lot. Thankfully, the people who comment are not so savage. They kind of take my feelings into account. Is this overdam? I think so. Let's take a photo. So even though they teach me and they correct me, they're not like, oh, you know nothing, Jon Snow. They're pretty nice about it for the most part, except for the outliers. So I learn a lot without my feelings getting hurt, which is perfect. Yes, I do. Heavy duty. In front only though, because for the on the back only, because in front there I saw the wide wheels, but the tires, there were no wide tires. So it looked very weird, like a part of the wheel was just jutting out in the middle, and I couldn't find a wide tire for the front, at least for this truck. I'm not sure if that's a bug or if I just missed something. Looks pretty good. Welcome to, what is this, Arizona? Indeed. Heavy duty tires are bugged for some. And I saw that, who is the author for the Real Tires mod? I think that's Galimim. He already has some white tires. This is the one I'm using. Oh, you can see it from here. This is Hankook wide tires. Not really familiar with the brand, but those are the only wide tires I could find that were modded for the back. The front tires are fine and the rear tires are missing. Oh, for me it's the opposite. The front tires are missing and the rear tires are there. Goodness. They do need a wheel tuning pack, the DLC. You need to have it to unlock it. I'm not sure if it helps with stability though, but I have noticed the ride has been more stable. What is it normally used for in real life? Is it better than the traditional setup? Or is it only used in specific cases? Like, I don't know, off-road or things. The right rim size. Maybe, but if you pick a wide rim, then I guess the wide tires should become available, but it doesn't seem like it, at least not in this truck. Used for heavy haul. So I guess they are more expensive to maintain. I guess these tires are much more expensive. I wonder how the price is like. Like if you compare one wide tire versus the two normal tires. Because normally the axle would have these two tires on one side, right? Two normal tires instead of one wide tire. I wonder which one is more expensive. But I can imagine this would provide more traction. This wide tire setup. Because you don't have that gap in the middle maybe, or some other factor. More grooves in tires means worse fuel economy. And because there's more friction. Yes, that's true. Super singles. Is that what it means? Like instead of two tires on the back, there's only one? Quite a lot of Euro trucks have wider front tires. More for weight distribution, perhaps. Maybe. Just might be. Super singles replaced too, I see. Don't tell me. Catching all the way stations recently. They want a look of this beautiful looking truck. So much for exclusivity. This exact truck is coming to SnowRunner? Oh wow. Western Star is really getting into the digital age, huh? Good for them that they're realizing this. This is untapped potential right here. Did they say when they're getting it? It's good for the trucking industry, I could imagine. Maybe one of the higher ups in the company plays truck sim or is a gamer. They know what kind of effect it can have. It's only 7:37 and it's pretty dark already. The engine mod is probably the best you've ever heard. I wholeheartedly agree there. The first time I heard of Zeemod, I was skeptical because he's not Kriechbaum. And I normally am skeptical with new guys coming in. But yeah, given the initial feedback from others, I gave it a try and I have not looked back since. Hopefully not SES soon or ProMod soon, DM. What microphone he's using? Yeah, might be. And I think it's not only the microphone, I think it's more the mixing. That's the problem. Because there have been instances where Kriechbaum just remixed the default SAS sounds and they sound much better. But yeah, I think they could also learn a thing or two with these recordings, even on the hardware side. From what I've read, the Zeemod is a real life sound engineer by profession, so he really knows his stuff. I'm not sure if he focuses on engines though, or maybe this is just his hobby. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to version 2. I wonder what else he can improve from here. But as it is, my goodness, easily the best engine sound out there. Idle to the next set of sounds. Oh yeah, I can imagine that. Did you hear anything about what we discussed regarding Kriechbaum? No. What's up? Hey Tesla, how are you? Is there news? How's the future? Referring to this truck? It's good. Not the sounds, but everything else is good. Is there a website where there are paid mods? There is no single website. They have their own websites normally. But the mods list might be a good place to start looking. Exclamation point mods. Oops, sorry. What is the topic? I read that Kriechbaum had stopped all development of his ATS sound mods. I wonder why. Maybe he's sticking to his own recordings now, and since he's not in the US, he can't record any. Truck looks better with old cement on the hood. What do you mean old cement on the hood? That sounds heavy. Thanks. Looks better as a dump truck. Might be a pretty expensive dump truck. Come on, go ahead. All good, all good. Counterpart from Amazon Prime. J.K. Simmons. No, I haven't. Who is J.K. Simmons? What movies were he in? Probably know the face but not the name. This is JBX Graphics 2. It's a paid mod. You guys watched any new series or movies recently? Of course, me and Mrs. Clumsy are still stuck in K-drama land. Oh, and by the way, I have an announcement, guys. Videos might be slowing down in the next couple of days, depending on how well I do. It's Mrs. Clumsy's birthday in the next couple of days, so we might take some time off. as well. So we'll see. Yeah, we have some stuff planned over the next few days, and we'll see if I can try to squeeze in some videos. Thanks. I'll share some photos when I can. She is super excited, and well, I am too. Not only for the birthday, because we will be eating like there's no tomorrow. For a change. Normally we are very restricted. Earrings incoming, followed by graphics card. That's the deal right there. That's a good plan. New diamond ring. That will probably amount to a 3090. Asus ROG Strix, here I come. Oh, did you guys see that Strix review? I saw a review of the ROG Strix already, or is it the right term? 3080 Strix, at least. I only saw one review for it, though, which is quite interesting. I wonder why the others have not reviewed it yet. Normally they release at the same time. Maybe there's a shipping issue or something. 3090 SLI, my goodness. For the sake of the benchmarks. Thanks guys, I will pass the message along. Strix is very expensive. Yeah, personally I would be super happy with the TUF. The TUF looks like the best 3080 option for now. Most value in terms of price to performance, cooling and whatnot. But the Strix I think is, yeah, one notch higher for overclocking purposes. I'm still pretty pessimistic about overclocking though, probably because I don't know how to do it in GPUs. And yeah, I guess I just don't like the overall notion that it might not be 100% stable depending on how you overclock it. Maybe that's down to my ignorance, but I just have that impression that it's not going to be stable. I mean, as it is, right? The default is not stable on its own. Well, hopefully it's becoming stable now. But adding one more layer of an instability there doesn't sit well with me at this point. Come on, EVGA! Yeah. So that thing you're waiting for, Alex, remind me again. So this will not be coming with a fan. So this is really meant for water cooling purposes, because I think I watched a video from someone, but they had to. So I think they had to purchase a separate water block. And then connect their custom water cooling there. Ultra Hydro Copper for the Win 3. So that would be a GPU that doesn't come with its own fan, is it? And does it come with it with a water block already? So you just plug in your tubes and whatnot? Or is it like really you need to disassemble it, attach a custom water block, and then connect your cooling solution? No fans. Water blocks already installed. Oh, that's great. Yeah, because it does look scary having to disassemble the GPU just to connect the water cooling. It sounds a bit hardcore to me. Yeah, MSI Afterburner. Yeah, that's what I heard, but I guess it's easy enough flicking through the clock speeds, adding 15 megahertz at a time. But I guess my main concern would be, how would I know that it's stable enough? I would have to do all these tests, which even with all those tests done, I'm not sure if my mind would be, how do you say, convinced enough that it will be stable. You know, that's like it's stable now, but given a different workload, might not be as stable. Ooh, sneezing coming. Okay, here we go. That's great that they're actually releasing those kinds of GPUs. When you described it the first time, I didn't quite get it because I forgot. Well, I didn't know much about water-cooled GPUs. Oh crap. You guys hear that, right? Sorry for the noise, guys. There is a scheduled fire alarm test. Don't worry, that's just a test. So no real fire alarm. But yeah, they did say 10 a.m. So, crap. Maybe we can open the windows, drown that out with the engine. Can you still hear it? No, right? What? There you go, it's done. Yeah, thankfully it's not a fire drill, otherwise we would have been required to go out. It's just the fire alarm system being tested itself. Loudest alarm clock ever. Yeah, we can blame it all on Jack, for sure. Oh, that would be so cool. Water cooling. You saw an Aorus water-cooled GPU too. But I think, is that like the all-in-one kind? I don't have a good impression on the water-cooled, the all-in-one GPU-cooled ones. Oh, I don't know how to term it. Because I have a feeling that it's not powerful enough. I don't know why I have this impression. Now it's a totally different ballgame if it's custom cooled and has like 3 radiators and 10 fans or something. Right? But an all-in-one with like one fan and the 120mm radiator or something doesn't look very convincing to me. I guess maybe that's specific to the model I saw. I think I saw a 2080 Ti before that was water cooled, came with its all-in-one cooler, but the radiator looked very small, and I think the reviews on it were not very good. So maybe that's just an isolated case, just saving up on the space. All water cooled, not an AIO. Oh, nice. So it's one of those things that Alex is waiting for. Doesn't come with its own cooling. Do the other brands also release these kinds of video cards for water cooling purposes? Or is it mainly EVGA that does this? I have not seen this too often. I've not seen Asus have any kind. Yeah, right now I'm a bit biased towards Asus. I've always had a good impression on them ever since the beginning. I guess that's because in my region, Asus is very well known, and we've tried Asus a couple of times and it has never failed us. My previous video card, my 970, was an Asus, very nice, no complaints there. It's just that for this 1070 I cheaped out. I could not afford the Asus one, so I went with the cheapest option. Not so sure if that ended up being a good idea, but we're here, so we work with what we have. Several brands offer, but not all, I see. For the enthusiasts. 10GB hydro copper. I like that webpage, video cards with a Z. Sounds elite. That's standard 3080, not the For the Win 3. Ah. What would the For the Win 3 be adding on top of that? But even if it's not For the Win 3, that also still has the water block already. So that's for water cooling already. Can't wait to see the finished PC. Yeah. Installing so many RGB lights, it will have a Saturday Night Fever feel. Oh my goodness. Should basically have the same water block. Dance. I can imagine already. Alex building the PC for the sake of the lights. So you can dance to it. Oh my goodness. He's been waiting too long. He's a patient guy. My goodness, I could not have waited that long. I would have bought something already. End the torment. My EQ is not high enough for that. As little RGB as possible. Boo! No, but I build the same. I try to stay away from RGBs if I can. Mainly because I know you can make RGBs look cool if you give it the right color. Don't make it a rainbow kind of thing. But because the position of the desktop is actually, it's situated kind of, imagine it in the center of the living room, in between the TV and the PC and the monitor. So when we watch a movie, we have the PC on, we have it connected to the TV, and imagine if you have RGB lights there, no matter how fancy it looks, and watching a movie while seeing those lights, not going to mix very well. So I try to keep the lighting to a minimum. But yeah, I can imagine why some people would love RGBs, more customizations, more ways to express your artistry. Salt. Pretty lights don't make it run faster. I thought they did. Studies say RGB lighting increases performance by as much up to 10%. Some Mumbai stats right there. Only red lights make it run faster. That works for me. These blinkers, they sound quite familiar. Are they the same ones from the Lone Star maybe, or the Mac Anthem? I wonder if this is really how the truck sounds like. I have no complaints, but I'm curious. Sure thing, Rohan. My nose is getting clogged. Weird. I think I might need a shot of tequila. Clean things up. Sky looks so artistic. Beautiful. When I look at my side mirror, I always think my first impression is always, oh, there's a truck behind me. Well, I guess technically that's true. There are trucks behind me. Kind of get the feeling that someone's following me though. It's weird. Stalker. I can't shake him. Rohan is one of those trucks. Yeah, I think he's just tagging along for the ride. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel, and hope you enjoy your stay. If you're ever in the mood, feel free to join us in chat and join the chaos. There we go. Looking good right here. idea where we are already. Are we somewhere in Mexico now? Last time I checked, we were in Arizona. No, we're still definitely in the US. Probably reaching the border of Mexico and Arizona though. We are in PaZzMod. Ah, nice, thank you. Makes sense. Shall we give way to that guy? Yes, fine. Next rest area, let's make a stop so that I can refill my power drink. Rohan would love that. Actually, anyone would love it if they think about it. Oh my goodness, you guys really need a stage. Let me look for one later. We'll prop it at the back. Has to be elevated and everything. Oh my goodness. It never ends. The balcony. Speed check by radar. What radar? No. Okay, fine. I guess this is as good as it gets. Refilling my cup. Hey. There we go. That's what I was hoping for. Oh my goodness. What have we started? And usually these random event traffic lights are very long running, so no problems there. Taking a short break. I can even go on a bio break with how long these take to go green. There we go. That actually sounds like a real place. And probably the actual place names came from these kinds of conversations. That's a good name. Getting a refund. Where is the live weather? That would be nice, huh? I remember there have been some suggestions before of implementing live weather in ATS. That would be nice. But I don't think it will matter that much until they implement some more physics with the weather, like wind effect and stuff. Because just changing how bright it is, if it's raining or not, might not be as impactful. Don't be surprised if you guys get blacklisted in some forums. That name looks familiar. The balcony guys. Those guys from the balcony. High up in their soapbox. What is the soapbox anyway? I guess there must be an old school reference for it. I'll be the new admin. Oh yeah, you have ruined everything for pizza lovers. You get Hawaiian pizza as punishment. Well, prize for me, but punishment for you guys. Short or thick crust? Oof. I like the thicker crust more, but the thin crust makes me less guilty. Gives me the illusion that it isn't as sinful as the thick crust one. Stuffed. Oh yeah, that works. Guns or ammo illegal in Mexico? Or we're at the border already. Philips. Was it Philips, guys, or Panasonic? The pause caps. Let's see if you really watched the video. From which company are the pause caps from? That can be a trivia question. Hey bot, how have you been? Have you been driving the new truck? Rice crust is good and makes you feel less guilty. Rice crust? Goodness, there was something like that before. I can't remember if it was like a seasonal thing or a special item in one of the fast food chains. But they basically replaced the bun. So imagine a burger with a normal bun, but replace the bun with a rice bun. So it's like sticky rice and then a patty in between. It sounds kind of weird. It feels kind of weird. But when I tasted one of these burgers, it actually was quite nice. But yeah, I still can't wrap my head around it. It just feels weird. A rice burger. Dang it. Going to change the motor. Do you love the default sounds? I'm sure you do. Here we are, crossing over to Mexico. Alex, do you know which mod this is from, this border crossing? If this is from Viva Mexico or from PaZzMod? I can never remember. Not. I have two mods that are made compatible with this truck. You can choose from either this one, the DD60 series from Zeemod, or the Actros MP4 sounds from Kriechbaum. Mods list should help you out a bit, bot. Pizza! This crossing is from PaZzMod. Okay. Thanks, Alex. And yes, I recently realized that I didn't have to upload my stuff in share mods. I could easily just upload it to Google Drive and make everything so much simpler for everybody. Even if I skip out on all that share mods money. Zeemod sounds. Oh, there you go. Perfect then. Yes, enjoy. So for Zeemod sounds, I'm basically using the same compatibility patch. I'm just extending that patch to be compatible with multiple trucks. So you would get the Zeemod engines in the list in addition to the default ones. I wonder if these road textures are from JBX. They're kind of nice. Very crusty. Speaking of crust. You could have been 100 air. 100 air cents maybe. So in the mods list you will find a Zeemod compatibility patch. Just re-download that one if you've downloaded it already. It's the same file. Well, I updated that file, so it's the same link, but it should now be compatible with this truck as well. If that made sense. PaZzMod. That one I would like. PaZzMod. Good luck reading that one. Siempre. That's the only one I can read. Contigo en cada esquina. Ooh. Perfect. Changes all your food to pizza. And doesn't make you fat. That's the... If pizza doesn't make you fat, my goodness, I'm all in. For us gamers, we need food that makes us lose weight when we eat. That would make life so much easier, so I don't have to work out. Alright, what? Thanks. Hope it works for you too. Other people have tried it and it works for them, so I hope the same would go in your case. You're all in anyway. To heck with it. Yeah. YOLO, right? Is that still a thing? What do the youngsters say these days? I think YOLO has been put out of circulation. They probably have some new terms now. Too old to care. Yeah, I guess I can imagine at some point you're just like, to heck with this health thing. That yet thing, I never understood how you use it. I don't get it. Probably stick with my Filipino lingo slang. We have gotten a couple of fashionable phrases in Filipino as well. Those ones I get more. Yeah. Way older than anyone here. Oh. The battle is on. YOLO went to Yit. Is that true? Is that the same? Does that have the same meaning? Gosh golly gee. Real 21st century there. Or is that 19th century more like? What? More aluminium, please. I think that's a different case altogether. You got beat, V3D. Someone is just a tad more senior. I don't think that one will admittedly stand up though. What's a ding dong? That doesn't sound good. Don't go red. Don't go red. Thank you. Smooth. And then we stop immediately. I've leveled up to 53. Just a tad higher. Don't say wow. Enjoy your walking sticks. Mr. Essay. Do you like that clip I sent you, Rohan? That was specifically for you. Multiple bans incoming. Essay. Moderators not using powers. Close enough, huh? Close enough. But really, how do you say the yet? Is it yet or yit? My goodness, my age is showing. How clueless I am. Gosh, golly gee. My age is showing. I'd ban you guys, but I'm so old I forgot how. Oh my goodness, he even has the emote for it. Oh, are you for real? Nice. Yeet mod. Young at heart at the very least, huh? Oh my goodness. Back in the day when pensions are a thing. Does anyone still offer a pension these days? I think that is going out of circulation now, huh? How about for you, Alex? Are you giving yourself a pension? Is that how it works? Yeah, in case you didn't notice, V3D is very fond of Mumbai comments. So I have to take those comments with a grain of salt. Yetville? I think he might. Also known as London. There's still a state pension in the UK, but it gets smaller each year. Ah, I see. Yeah, there is a term that we use. How do we describe Mumbai busing, guys? I'll let you define it. I don't know how to put words into that. But there is a history in it. And it all started in London, as always, just like the Big Ben. Hey, we should use the Big Ben emote more often. Yeah, basically. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Will I pull my hair out with that vid, Rohan? What have you done? Like that? Yeah, exactly. Reaction log to someone eating. I have to know what it is first. My goodness. I think everyone will. Will I pull my hair out as much as the... Oh, what is that video you linked to me, Jack? Or was it Alex? The... Oh my goodness, the snake thing. I think it is the most, how do I put it in mild terms, creative video I've ever watched. Badger, yes, the Badger. I have never seen a more creative thing done ever. Stop. Oh my goodness. Some people have beautiful minds. So if you search Badger on YouTube, is that the first video that comes out? You can link more. Oh my goodness. Gonna smash that like button. Hit subscribe and the bell notification and all that stuff. I realize I don't do that anymore. I don't do the subscribe and like thing anymore. Oftentimes I just forget, but more often than not, I just, if the people like the video, they will like it. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Here we go again. Don't ever. You're not a fan of those either. Yeah, recently I have stayed away from it. Before I usually do that because that's what they say in all those guides. A shout out, a call to action kind of thing. But I don't know. I just want to keep it as natural as possible. So if you like the video, you will like it. If you like to watch more, you will find a way to watch more. If you don't, then I will not be able to force you anyway. Just put those rocks there. You can eat in your videos now though. After I watch that one from Rohan, I can, I guess. Or maybe not. Unsub, unfollow. Linked. Oh my goodness, I'm reading it now. Can I do that on an April Fool's joke next time? That's still a thing. Can I use that there? Oh, I see a gas station. Nice. You're saved. Getting all those unsub, unfollow comments again. Do look at it while on stream. I might get copyright problems. Let's go and stop here. Yeah, let's do that. I won't show it to everyone. You can watch it on your own. Just to stay away from any possible copyright complexities. But feel free to join the Discord server. Do you guys know if someone joins the Discord right now at this moment, would they be able to see messages from the past? Or do you only see those from when you've started? I've joined a couple of servers throughout the recent days, but I did not notice. They would. Okay, I see. Thanks. Plenty of time to plan ahead for April Fools. That's true. Only if you allow it in the option. Oh, there's an option. What's the default? Because mine is probably on default. Definitely. Most of these tools I just use sparingly. Don't have access to the nitty-gritty details. How many gallons? 200, I think. Probably 180. Close enough. Alright, let me watch it. I will probably have to mute it though. Do you need sounds to make it make sense? Check the permissions for certain people. Oh, it's there now? I think I'll need that. Yes, you need the sound. Oh my goodness. But it will make no sense anyway. So how do I do this without you guys hearing? without causing copyright problems. Well, I guess okay, I know. So you guys can enjoy this one. I will mute my mic and then I will watch it on my phone so you guys can't hear it. What the heck is that? I don't think that helped me much. It just confused me even more. My goodness. Is that how it sounds, really? I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, it's closer to Niet. That's the original one. I wonder where it came from. I mean, how it came about. How it became a thing. Oh, that's pretty cool looking. Seeing how those trucks are connected to each other. What is a floss? What are all these terms? And now I really feel old. See you next vid. Oh my goodness. I know pork floss. Oh man, I love pork floss. Flossing is something you can never take back. So where are we now? How far did we get? Guess we are still a ways off, yeah. At least we reached Mexico. But yeah, it's a long way from here. Backpack kid in Fortnite. No wonder I don't know. Goodness. Here we go again with the random event stoplight. Why are you driving in the ocean? Let's have a look at that again. That's true. That's a good question. Good catch. Oh no, here we go. Cubengan. In the map scaling topic. Oh my goodness, that was wild, wasn't it? Good old days. Oh yeah, actually you are pretty much at the home here now. Any plans of going green anytime soon? There you go. Thank you. Mexico going green. That's the only thing you're after, I'm sure. You don't really care about the Mexican truck, you just want the horn in there. Intentions are clear. Oh crap, it's almost 11? My goodness. Time flies, huh? Well, we'll see how far we can end. Where did that car end up being? Did Jack sell it off? Must be crushed now. All the scrap metal. Bye! You hid it? We buried it. So it can never harm anyone again. Good times, huh? I wonder when we'll go back to farming. Any interest in farming again? Mine hasn't built up again yet, but I don't know. Have you guys heard any news in Farm Sim? Any new maps, any new mods or whatnot? That's a great multiplayer game. Perfect for chilling. All those faces. That wasn't me, at least. That might be someone here in the chat though. Haven't been paying attention to Farm Sim. SnowRunner has been taking it. Yeah, I think SnowRunner has taken its place, more or less. I remember we were in Farm Sim and SnowRunner came out and we moved fully there. Because there is also a great multiplayer experience in SnowRunner. Hey Arden, do you think the steering wheel looks like Mercedes? Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that's actually a good point. I didn't realize it until you said it, but now that you did, yeah, especially the white, like the white finish on the sides. Exactly like an Actros, huh? Definitely has that Daimler signature, probably. Welcome to the stream, and yeah, good comment. What rang a bell for me was the computer dashboard. First time seeing it reminded me already of the new Actros, but the steering wheel is only now I realized. Replace that with the Mercedes-Benz logo and yeah, you have an Actros. Thanks, Sticker Eyes, welcome back. I think I saw the email in my notification. I'll check it later. Yeah, they share parts with each other. Northern Alex is now an official Giants ambassador for Farm Sim. Wow, congrats to Northern Alex. Amazing stuff. Yeah, I watch him sometimes. I've watched a couple of videos from him. Cool. That's getting a bit loud. Might have to slow down a bit. be the opposite normally. When you're old, your hearing gets less sensitive. So that's actually a young guy reference. Hey Lucy, how are you? Enjoying the new truck? What? Frening con motor. Okay. Gave up on it after 5 minutes because of the sounds. The mods I'm using might help. Goodness, that's really loud. I'm enjoying it because I have sound mods. But if I didn't, I probably would have given up the same time as you have. We are ending in 3 minutes, so at least the punishment will end. You guys have suffered enough. Just getting warmed up. Yeah, I know, right? Engine was really struggling there. No rest area in sight, I think. Let's have a look here. Yeah, no rest area in sight. But good thing is maybe when we cross that, let's see, let's maybe stop there so that we end the stream not suddenly to really stop on a rest area. Please say something. The sounds in the missing cabs. The 49X came with 2 front ends. Oh yes, please do, Lucy. Thanks for the details. Getting close, guys. Getting close, guys. Just a little more. Oh my goodness. Going to be adding more cabs and more accessories. Yeah. I guess they were prioritizing the release date over the full features. Can you yet that a little loud? Oh my goodness. Almost there, almost there. Thanks, Lucy. I'll have a look after. Nice. They had access to the one version of the truck. Ah, I see. Yeah, that explains it. But if they didn't get access at all to the other versions, that means the sleeper variant will be taking even longer. Because they'll have to still go and 3D scan it and everything. Finally. My goodness. Oh, that was punishment. Thank you. What is this surface? Asphalt, cement, whatever, not dirt. Oh, nice lighting. Now it looks, well, it sounds so quiet, my goodness. Got to be at the next stop. Almost there. I just... Did he have a mag strapped on? Hopefully he had one on. Looked away, thought the game had crashed. I know, right? Same here, and I was playing it. Not sure the sleeper variants are available in real life yet. Interesting. So yeah, that will explain it. Maybe even the real truck itself is a work in progress when it comes to those variants. So they really use this for short hauls then, huh? It's the main audience for it. Jack Still can't hear. What? They will be updating the truck more in the future. That's great to hear. Bottles are your friends. They won't produce actual models until 2021 of the sleeper variants. Ah, I see. Whoa, scary. Tumbleweed out of nowhere. I don't like the lighting though. Enjoy, Rohan. Enjoy your 75 goodness. Dump truck, tri-axle, and the day cab are what's available in real life. Ah, I see. What's a tri-axle? How's it different from a day cab? In dump truck, I can imagine. Punta Prieta. Yeah, we'll end it here. Find a nice cozy rest area. What's a sump? 3 rear axles. Ah, I see. Instead of just two ones. Makes sense. Ooh, interesting rocks here. Steer clear. Western Star vids on YouTube. Tells you a lot about trucks coming out. Nice. There are teasers at least. Yeah, initially we tried the Actros sounds from Kriechbaum. They were nice and refined. But yeah, only Zeemods has that oomph in there. So we eventually went with this one. Very nice. Well, we didn't get to finish the job, but we were able to test the truck good enough, I suppose. Alright guys, enjoy. Hope the mod works for you. Turkey wing truck. That one. Oh my goodness. Makes you want to bring your rifle out. Have a good one. Have a great weekend, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah. Oh my head. Thanks for watching, guys, and appreciate the company. Catch you on Discord. Let's see it more there. Bye. And yeah, I'll keep you posted on the updates on videos and whatnot. Yes, thanks Lucy, glad you made it. Better late than never. Bye.